Everyone, and welcome back to my playthrough of Digimon Story Time Stranger. Last time we helped Junamon clear like the last few side quests in the past, and then we beat up Taidamon in Shinjuku trying to prevent the supposed Shinjuku Inferno, only to be sent 8 years into the future, or well, present day for the protagonist. But not quite the same present that they knew, because it's a few, I'm guessing a few days or months or however long it's supposed to be before the actual events of where the agent came from. So we're in the future, but not quite, or we're back, but not quite back. And because of that, I have changed into the female protagonist instead of being the male protagonist, because it's not quite the same timeline as what the agent is used to. And yes, as you can tell by the stream title, for those seeing this on Twitch, probably call something else this video in YouTube, but for those of you on Twitch, yes, I've not played the DLC story, but I have gotten the DLC Digimons in my private play in my personal playthrough because Bandai they were kind enough to just let you get the Digimons by just simply owning the season pass. You can digivolve into them. So, with that information, I will definitely do my best to get all those DLC Digimons in this playthrough. And one of them I am 1,000% going to use in my final team because that Digimon is it's one of the top favorite Digimons for me. So I'm definitely going to use them. So yeah, let's continue exploring the Rebellion Village. Because I think I saw on the map there are going to be some items. No. Right, you don't see it on the map. I just saw the icon. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. Chest.
Great.
They really should have the chest be visible on the map, by the way. Because I can just imagine other people that aren't, as eager to just walk around aimlessly miss a lot of the treasure chests because it's not popping up on the map. And you have to just look around yourself. And sometimes the chests are so well hidden you don't see them. Hey, look, they are here now. The Guapamon and Dinohumon that you saw everywhere
Wow.
in the digital world. So, what type of skills do you have this time, Guapamon? You now have Ignition Flare 2, Angel Ladder 2, Soul Fear 2, Guard Charge, Magic Charge, Mental Charge, Speed Charge. Basically just all the charge skills is what he has. Dinohumon. Ah, you have these. If I had more money, I would have gone out of my way to buy some of these. At the very least, I would buy the sleep wall because I know there will be a future boss fight where not having sleep wall would be not as fun. Or that boss fight is still doable without sleep wall because I did that in my private playthrough, but the fight will be a lot easier if you have sleep wall. Up here. Alright, it stops there, good to know. Hey, look, Birdramon. So many Birdramons. Like there are one, two, wait. One, two, three. There are at least four Birdramons in this little village alone. And conveniently, I can just phase through them and not need to worry about being burned by walking through a burning bird. Or, well, a bird made of fire. That sounds better. Alright, nothing else to see here, like no other chest or anything. Mainly all I wanted to check for so I don't miss anything. Since, as I said, they don't pop up on the map, chests. Because I know where we need to go, I just want to make sure I got everything. Ah, there we go, another chest. Ooh, speed augment level 3 even. Very good. Is he... Is he fine, Gargamon? Is he just taking a nap? Curse those yellow titan varmints. My partner deserved better. By gum. By gum, one of these days I'll pay him back good. Alright, so he didn't make it. Why did you bring his body back, though? Oh, hey, Zudamon is here, in case you want to do some farm crafting. In case you need food, there's still Mushroomon, and what do you sound now, Vademon? Level 2 capsules. That's it. Understood. I think I've soon enough looped around. Yeah, now I've looped around because this is the Musiamon. Alright, let's just continue with the plot then, because I've checked every corner. So, in here we go.
Well, well. It's been 8 years. That's quite a long time. I assume you got the details from Asuna?
Yeah,
Public safety changed after Captain Kurami retired due to injury. Seeing how low they've stooped makes me sick. I wanted to find a way to coexist with Digimon. And as I got to know them, I learned of all you did 8 years ago.
well, that's good, Simmons, that you learned that.
But then you suddenly disappeared. Many of the Digimon were worried about what became of you, you know? So tell me, what have you been doing for the past 8 years?
We've been in a theater, just existing, just vibing, hanging out with Kunlun, Yggdrasil, and all those. Really, it felt like 5 minutes for us hanging with them, but apparently it was 8 years here, so that's what we've been doing for 8 years. Have we done anything?
I see. You're telling me you traveled through time? It sounds like something out of Agent Alpha.
How convenient.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There was a whole thing about the mystery of time travel in the second half of the series.
Ah, yes, of course. Because you can't have excitement in an anime show unless you throw in some time travel, after all.
But wait a sec.
Was it on TV in your home country too? Do you watch a lot of anime? Dumb question, but let's ask it.
Of course! It's the single greatest piece of fiction ever. All those gadgets in the show were works of pure art.
That was not the question I asked. I asked if you watch lots of anime, not specifically Agent Alpha. Stop changing the topic, Dr. Simmons. Have you seen shows like Demon Slayer, Naruto, Fairy Tail, Erased, Food Wars? Have you seen shows like that? Or is it only Agent Alpha and you just nerd about Agent Alpha?
It was so popular in my home country, they did a live-action remake. Actually, I'll let you in on a little secret.
I don't know about that. If you got a live action remake, that Agent Alpha, I don't know. Most live action animes turn out bad, so I don't know, Chief. I don't know.
That suit Asuna is wearing is based on the outfit of a new character they introduced for the remake.
Yeah, alright, so then the remake of that Agent Alpha just went like, okay, what do we need for our show? We need a character that has skin tight clothing, but let's have her wear a mask so she's kind of like a ninja. Great idea, throw it in. And of course, Simmons, being the nerd she is, just went, hey, I want to use that outfit too on poor Asuna here.
Don't stare at me like that. It's embarrassing.
I can imagine. You're basically wearing cosplay against your will.
Huh. I used to watch Agent Alpha all the time, but I don't remember there being any character who looked like that.
Inori, Simmons specifically mentioned the outfit was from a live action remake. If you only saw the cartoon Inori, then of course you wouldn't know of that character because it was from a live action remake. Simmons just told you that information 5 seconds ago, Inori. Is your attention span that low, Inori?
Well, the live-action remake wasn't very well received, even though I love it to bits. But
Like most live action anime adaptations, they get not well received. Unless you are the One Piece live action. I think that's like one of the only few live action animes that wasn't hated by the fandom. If I remember correctly, because I don't remember hearing anyone saying anything bad about the live action One Piece. Though I do know all the other live actions have had bad things said about them.
this couldn't be more perfect. The two of you look like you're straight out of a scene from the original.
I didn't know they had someone from Inori's school in Agent Alpha, because Inori is still supposed to wear her school uniform all this time. Also, I didn't know that Agent Alpha had a crossover with Digimon Adventure.
That's true. Your outfit does look a lot like the main character's, Agent.
No, it doesn't. I'm currently wearing black pants and a Pac-Man shirt. I don't look anything like the main outfit right now, Inori.
Agent Alpha was a hero. Sadly, with the way my old colleagues have been acting, they can be called the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Apologies for the tangent, but allow me to give you my interpretation of what happened to you over the past 8 years.
Sure, shoot.
I believe that the future actually splits into different paths. Alternatively, you could say there are multiple worlds.
Yeah, see? Because the typical time travel trope. You change even the smallest thing and the timeline diverges. So we may have come from a future where the Shinjuku Inferno happened, but because we dabbled a little bit in the past, we've now altered when or how the Inferno happens. So, see? This is why I'm no longer the male protagonist. Different timeline. Split timeline. I was not born as a male.
Take your traveling through time, for example. That act alone may have created a new split, a new path for the world. While we may be in a different world, the trajectory of both worlds remains largely the same. As proof, you said a war between Digimon brought about global collapse, right? Well, that's happening right now as we speak.
Yes, but some of the circumstances and all that are different though. as like the cost and probably all that is different. I would assume one difference is the Olympus 12 member Merukimon, that probably in my timeline he wasn't aware of my existence. But now Merukimon is, because we're from the timeline where we help Merukimon take care of the Titan Paramon.
Ask the Digimon for more details. The village chief wanted to meet with you anyway.
Sure, let's talk to the chief. But also, it's something that's been covered in, I mean, in other time travel movies and all that. That if the timeline splits, then you have to make sure that you repeat the same events that happened in your timeline to be able to return to said timeline. Because otherwise, you'll be stuck in the diverged timeline. Hey, look, speaking of Merukimon, he's here.
Merukimon!
I just use him as an example because he's one of the few Olympus 12 members we helped in the past. Because we helped Minervamon and we helped Merukimon. Two Olympus 12 members, that's all we helped in the past. We didn't help any other Olympus 12 member.
The doctor told me everything.
The walls must be very thin if you heard everything. Also, I didn't see her leave, so how the heck did she have time to already tell you, Merukimon?
It has been some time. I'm gladdened to see you are all safe.
Unless the only thing she told you is our existence and nothing else of what we spoke about in the room next to you.
But what happened to you? Why are you in this world?
Because we have to have something to, you know, drive the whole it was war between human and Digimon. We can't have that point going on if we don't have a Digimon in the human world.
We lost our war with the Titans. With no other avenue of escape open, my comrades and I fled here. We are in an awful state, with no means of contacting those who remained in Iliad, even to let them know we are safe.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's gotta suck. Imagine if someone in the digital world, you know, just wanted to take a vacation to Central Town, got caught up in a war, fled to human world, and they'd be like, "Ah, man, I can't tell my buddy that my vacation sucked. Don't go to Central Town." And then that friend goes to Central Town because they, had heard good things before the war happened, and then see a disaster place, and they couldn't be warned about it. And now they think their friend is lying, or was or gaslighting them all along. Awful situation they're in.
But isn't it hard for you to live here?
I mean, they are barricaded by a wall. I would say the answer is obviously yes.
Indeed it is. Many humans here look upon us as the enemy, and it is true that we have caused considerable damage.
But how did it get this way?
Titamon? That whole thing that we did, that's how it happened? Because Titamon brought other Digimons with him. He didn't come alone. Didn't you see all the hordes of Skull Greymons and Megatramons and Machinedramons and Quagamons they brought with them?
Truth be told, human reasoning eludes me. Naturally, I am aware that there are others like yourselves who are capable of coexisting with Digimon. However, it would appear the greater part of humanity is loath to do so.
That's just humans in a nutshell. The majority say one thing, but you'll find the minority say the opposite. That's just how we humans are. We cannot agree on anything because we may have laws that, say like, oh, one should not do this. Yet you still always find someone that does do what that don't follow that rule and do it anyway. So it's apparently just in our nature to be this indecisive and contradicting.
But nothing good ever comes of conflict. We always lose more than we gain.
Yeah, not the higher ups though, or the ones that sit behind safely in the conflict, they gain more than what they lose in conflict. You know, because they get to gain power, they get to gain money, and I don't really, or a type of fame is what they gain, because, you know, if they become the winner of the conflict, hey, they'll be known as like, hey, you're the one that led our country to victory against this war, yay, get celebrated. So all those that don't step foot in the battles, they gain from conflict, but those that have to do the actual fighting, they never gain from conflict. But as long as there exist leaders that don't want to dirty their hands, there will always exist conflict.
You may be right. Yet the issue of fact is that we find ourselves besieged by two threats. If we fail to face either of them, we will have no future. Thus, we must risk our very existence to combat this crisis.
Sounds like you're in a do-or-die situation.
Ah, yes. Mr. Operator this time. We've had Miss Operator, but it's time to have Mr. Operator.
While the history and circumstances seem to differ between my world and the one there, there's likely one single fact that remains the same. The Shinjuku Inferno is sparked by an intense conflict. And you're right in the middle of it.
Because why wouldn't I be? I'm the protagonist. You always have to find yourself in the middle of conflict when you're a protagonist.
You have to put a stop to this war. Do everything in your power to bring all three sides to a ceasefire.
That's what I've been doing this entire time, Mr. Operator.
I'll come right out and say
We're trying to do.
this is the only way to prevent the end of the world.
Yes? What is it?
Infighting among Digimon will destroy the world. Is there any way to avoid conflict? Fighting won't solve anything. Let's say the last one.
Isn't there some way forward that doesn't involve war?
We have suffered injury and great loss. This is a battle to get back what we have lost. Even if I were to forbid fighting, I doubt many would heed my words.
Who's to stop the Titans from fighting? Just because we are not they are not fighting doesn't mean the Titans will stop pulling. Will be like, we're not gonna punch. You're not punching back. We're gonna stop. It's like, oh, they're not punching. Well, it's gotta make it easy for us to keep pummeling them.
Thus, I cannot do so without demanding conditions. I'm not saying I want to reclaim everything, but at the very least, I would ask that our major villages be freed. If this could be accomplished with words alone, then there could be nothing better. And if we are able to ascertain that even some of the Titans have withdrawn, a ceasefire could be an option.
We'll go negotiate the return of the conquered villages.
Yeah, good call. Let's get over there and get those villages freed from Titan control.
Of course, because, you know, there wouldn't be a point to stopping the war if we didn't do that.
First up, we need to talk to the Titans. That's the best way to do this without violence.
Yes, we have to try to find one of the Titans that are not willing to just punch first, ask questions later. We have to find someone that's willing to go ask first, punch later. I'm a representative working to stop a war in another world. An agent.
Indeed. I can only hope for your success. The gate is still traversable, but you will not find it the same as it was 8 years ago.
Of course, I mean, if Shinju could change in 8 years, why wouldn't the digital world change in 8 years?
Do take care of yourselves.
We will, Merukimon. Thanks to those 10 points. On my life. By the way, are you just sleeping, Nanimon? No, he's just drunk. Seriously, Nanimon, there's a war going on and your best answer is just to drink booze. Seriously, someone should, throw in this Nanimon into the conflict. Because if his answer is just to drink, then why keep him in the safe haven? Alright, Simmons.
This gate that connects our world to that of the Digimon is most intriguing. Fundamentally, it seems like it would best be left closed. That's how the worlds have stayed in balance all this time. But at some point, it seems to have been jammed open. At the very least, I'm confident this gate was never here before.
Who knows? Maybe it was here, we just didn't know it.
Perhaps something happened to the being who's meant to watch over the gate.
Ah, you mean Junamon? Yeah, well, you see, Aegiomon made her very angry by choosing Inori over her. And Junamon took it very personally.
Wait, isn't that Junomon's job?
Yes, that's exactly what I just said.
I wonder how all the other Digimon are doing.
Well, the ones around Junamon, probably not that well, because she's angry, and I can imagine they have lots of broken plates everywhere, and broken pictures of Aegiomon, and... I can imagine Junamon probably made pictures of her, took a picture of herself, and then a picture of Aegiomon, and then, glued them together, and then had, a heart background. I can imagine Junamon would do that. And then after Aegiomon rejected her, she throws that picture. Or, she first throws that picture, it gets a crack, and then she keeps that picture as a motivation to keep her anger going. I can see Junamon be that type of girl.
We should go check up on them.
I'll contact you by Digiline if I need to get in touch. Let's exchange IDs.
Why didn't we do that 8 years ago? Exchange IDs. Yo, Asuna. The gate to the world of Digimon. Ever since that thing showed up, it's been one crazy incident after another. Starmon? Wait, do you forget who I am? Yes, you are Bayonetta, right? I used to be Black Gatomon. We activated the electromagnetic net generators together, remember? Man, in 8 years, you managed to become a Mega Digimon. Crazy that I'm not allowed to have Megas 8 years later, but you get to become a Mega. Not cool. From that day since, I've been working with this woman, Asuna Shiroki. I guess you could call her... I guess you could call me her partner. Well, let's head to the gate then.
Wait!
Yes, Wergurumon.
What is it?
If you're going to the digital world for us, can I ask another favor of you?
Sure.
Several settlements survived the Titan invasion. And I hear that in Central Town, there's a Digimon who's a skilled healer.
So what do you want with this Digimon?
Apparently, this healer isn't picky about which patients to treat. Even treats Titans, they say.
Curious.
I know someone who needs those skills. If you come across this healer, could you relay the message?
You mean there's a Digimon you want healed?
Oh, what do you expect, Aegiomon? Werumo's gonna say, nah, I need a doctor for my houseplant. My houseplant is very sick. I need a doctor for this.
Yeah. It's Lord Merukimon. Despite trying to keep up appearances, the wounds our lord sustained are severe.
I mean, he couldn't sit up straight for 1 second. He was drooping the entire time we're there, so I don't really think he's keeping up appearances that well, if he can even sit up straight.
So, I'm begging you.
Okay, we'll try to find this healer.
Sorry for the extra trouble. And thank you.
Yeah, but we have no descriptions of how this healer looks like, though. The only description we have is healer not picky about patients. But anything else, like physical traits or any of that sort, nah, we just have to figure it out ourselves.